$3.5 trillion spending package this week. Now, that markup in the House Ways and Means Committee, where they start debating those changes in the tax bill, that will happen on Thursday.
Joe Manchin has just laid out his long list of demands as key Senate chairs move to win his vote. Joe Manchin, if you guys didn't know, is one of the few Democrats that do not want to pass another infrastructure bill. Joe Manchin has concerns about the $3.5 trillion price tag. Folks, do you believe that Senator Joe Manchin will side with the Republicans and block the fourth stimulus bill from being approved? Tell me in the comments below.
First, I would say that I'd rather be talking to Joe Manchin every day of the week and twice on Sunday than a Republican.
And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family. On this channel, folks, I'm always doing my very best to provide you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check information. So it means a lot to me if you guys can subscribe to my channel.
Well, you know, this is a multi-dimensional political chess game that we are in right now, but it's all amongst Democrats.
Of that fight is wrong for crumbs, for our families. And the option that we have is to either let them suffer with nothing or to allow this greed and billions of dollars, which will be leveraged into trillions of dollars, to contribute to the largest income inequality gap in our future. There should be shame about what was fought for in this bill.
Now, here's the breaking news that I want you to know.
We have the courage and the determination to stand together in the fight for justice, and that is economic justice, social justice, racial justice, and environmental justice.
So with Democrats needing every vote in their caucus to get the bill through the Senate along straight party lines, Joe Manchin has received more attention than any other Democrat, even as others, like Kirsten Sinema, have argued that the $3.5 trillion price tag is far too much.
That there are many people in the Senate, many of my Republican colleagues, who do not like Social Security, who do not believe in Social Security, because essentially they do not believe that the government should be involved in retirement insurance for seniors or for people with disabilities.
Now, as committee chairs have held regular meetings with their members over the summer, Democrats now have to hold individual meetings with Joe Manchin if he doesn't serve on their respective committees. So yes, folks, it seems like Joe Manchin might be a problem for Democrats in regard to getting the stimulus bills approved. Joe Manchin and his staff have been in inconsistent talks with the Senate Finance Chairman Ron Wyden. Now, these two Democrats, everybody, have argued over several key provisions, which are central to financing the proposal. This all includes corporate tax hikes, and Joe Manchin has engaged in long discussions with rank-and-file Democrats as well. Manchin is trying to limit the Democrats' efforts to provide universal pre-K and tuition-free community college. Joe Manchin has talked to Democrats about limiting the number of Americans eligible for pre-K by setting income thresholds, while also discussing ways to measure students' performance for community college. But one thing is this, folks. Why isn't Joe Manchin concerned about helping out our seniors? How come we do not see more Democrats and Republicans demanding an increase to the Social Security benefits? We know that our seniors are in desperate need of financial assistance, and I believe that President Biden must increase the Social Security benefits. Do you guys agree? Tell me in the comments below if you do.
Manchin is now calling for a potential pause on the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill. We know that this has been a huge priority for the Biden administration.
Now, the private discussions come amid Manchin's public call last week, calling for the Democrats to have a strategic pause in consideration of the expensive bill. Democratic leaders want to resolve the disagreements and have a proposal ready by September 15th. What remains to be seen is whether the Senate chairs ultimately cater to Manchin's demands, or try to railroad him into making a choice: approve the most sweeping piece of domestic legislation in decades, or be responsible for sinking it single-handedly. Now, Chuck Schumer, everybody, and Joe Manchin have had long talks. Schumer knows full well that he needs to keep his most important swing vote at bay. Schumer said Wednesday, everybody, that there are some in my caucus who believe $3.5 trillion is too much, and there are some in my caucus who believe it's too little. We're going to work very hard to have unity. So do you believe it can be done? Can Chuck Schumer unite the Democrats and the Republicans and send out more stimulus relief? Tell me in the comments below, everybody. Now, the second round of state stimulus payments are now being sent out to eligible Americans, and American businesses are hiring at historic rates, with almost 11 million job openings in July, according to the latest government data. Yet, more than 9 million people were collecting enhanced unemployment benefits as of the Labor Day cutoff of those crisis benefits, an apparent disconnect that has roiled lawmakers, policy experts, and business owners. It all boils down to this, folks. If there are more job openings than unemployed workers, why aren't more people coming off unemployment aid? The number of job openings in the United States surged to a historic high of 10.9 million at the end of July, up from 10.2 million in June. Many business owners and dozens of Republican governors have blamed enhanced unemployment benefits for keeping workers on the sidelines. In their view, 2 million unemployed workers opted to collect an extra $300 in weekly jobless aid, rather than find work, which prompted 25 GOP-led states to cut jobless aid early, in an effort to spur job growth.
The House Democrats, the congressional Democrats have the courage to make the fight all the time. It's easier in our districts where there's so much a good example, national standards of where we should be going. But for many of our colleagues, this is a fight because it's always the battle of the budget. I do believe that our budget should be a reflection, a national budget should be a reflection of our national values. What's important to us as a nation should be reflected there. Hence, we proudly make the fight for the children. It is such a treat, I would say honor and privilege, yeah, but a real treat to be here at Rainbow. To see the joy in the children's eyes, of the respect that they are receiving to express themselves in many different ways. And they're really actually funny. They have a sense of humor. They have a lot of confidence. Thank you, Rainbow, for that. I want to thank Director Perrier for her leadership in all of this, because that leadership is making the difference. So as she acknowledged, and Chairman McGovern acknowledged the staff, I want to salute them too. What they tell me is when these children come in, they look them in the eyes and welcome them, and they feel very, very special. And that was interesting about talking with the parents, because the parents were telling what the difference the paychecks made, the Biden tax credits made. July, August, next week, September 15th, the third check will go out. They said something very interesting about what's happening here and the difference those checks are making. They said we can see the difference in our children, what we're able to do for them, whether it's the technology to participate in any kind of learning, whether distance or at school, and what a difference Rainbow makes for the children. Children like to be with other children, we know that. And so this is a model for the country that we will take back. And we told Carol and Cliff,